Mass Concerts presents
Rocket Shop.
October 14th through 16th at the DCU Center and Palladium in Worcester. Featuring Trivia, Max and Igor Cavalera, The Rocking Dead, Twisted, and more live on stage. Meet Malcolm McDowell, Scream's Matthew Lillard, and Skeet Ulrich, Danielle Harris, and stars from American Horror Story, Rob Zombie's 31, Sleepy Hollow, and many more. Enjoy panels, movies, shopping, tattooing, creating, and much more.
Rocket Shop.
October 14th through 16th at the DCU Center and Palladium in Worcester. Tickets available at the Palladium and DCU Center box office, FYE stores, and Ticketfly.com.
Info at rockandshop.com.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
It certainly is there. As I said, it's doing very well, reaching its second printing, which it did after almost 2 or 3 months of being in its first printing. So I'm delighted with the way it's been received, and quite apparently around the country there's been a pretty good reception. There must be a lot of transplanted Bruins fans. Back in 68, 69, 70, right through that Stanley Cup victory, I was with WBZ Radio, and WBZ Radio has a tremendous signal. They're heard in 38 states, and I would get mail from homesick Bostonians and New Englanders who relished certainly the opportunity of writing to me to say how they enjoyed the broadcasts of the Bruins, because the Bruins were doing so well and they were so popular, led by Bobby Orr. And of course, maybe those transplanted people are still around there, or their descendants, and they're happy to see a book with my picture on the front cover that says Voice of the Boston Bruins, and they've picked it up. Certainly something like that must have happened to establish this great sales result of the publishing of the book. So I'm really delighted at that. You were mentioning Bobby Carpenter a while back, and I felt that Bobby Carpenter certainly deserves the Lester Patrick Award. When you talk about contributions to hockey in the United States, Bobby Carpenter was drafted #1, played for Washington, and in his second year he scored 50 goals in the National Hockey League. And that opened up a whole avenue for scouts for the National Hockey League, who prior to the appearance of Bobby Orr at St. John's Prep, where he played so well, would totally ignore the efforts of any Greater Boston kids or New England kids in their hockey endeavors. And it was a new avenue opened up by Bobby Carpenter, and I felt that's contribution to hockey in the United States, the epitome of what the Lester Patrick Award is about. And he certainly deserves it. So I wrote to Commissioner Bettman, and also to a fellow in Minnesota, Walter Bush, who is on the committee for the Lester Patrick Award. And Bush said certainly he would take it under advisement, because they too felt that Bobby Carpenter would make a tremendous addition to reception of the Lester Patrick Award.
Well, in closing here, it goes back a few years, as many of the Bostonians, you are very, very famous for your enthusiasm and your favorite yell. So if you want to end this talk with yelling your favorite word after one of Bobby Orr's famous in between the posts, you can give us a little of your favorite word there. We can have all the memories come back to everyone listening in here, please.
Well, the puck is moved down on the left wing by Carlton. It rolls around in back of Glenn Hall in goal for St. Louis around the boards, and it is Keenan for St. Louis trying to chip it out on the left side. It's stopped by Orr. Orr to Sanderson. Back to Orr. Score!
There we go. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. And anyone listening, it's a great book. It's a great man. Please go into your bookstore. It's a second printing, and we hope there's 10 or 15 more. Thank you for your time, and you have a nice evening.
Okay, thank you.
A pleasure.